Well, hello, I'm David Freeman with Is That Really in the Bible? I want to talk about a subject today is one of the greatest misunderstood subjects about the Bible, and that is the law of God. It is especially, now let me clarify something. It's not misunderstood among the common Joe Blow that just his life is not working right, and then things are going wrong, and he's addicted to this, he's addicted to that, he's addicted to pornography, he's addicted to alcohol, he's addicted to cigarettes. Not old common Joe Blow will understand the role of the law. But when you give the law to religious people, man, they go berserk. They don't even get it or understand it. And you know what? I think religious people like it that way. They like to dance around the mulberry bush and confuse matters and just make it impossible to understand. Okay, let's talk about the role of the law. Why did God give us the law in the first place? Well, first of all, I am talking about, in the most simplistic form, I'm talking about the Ten Commandments. Okay? The Ten Commandments. All right. Why did God give us the Ten Commandments? Because He wants your life to work. Yeah, He wants your life to work. That's why He gave you the Ten Commandments. Because, you see, if you break God's law, they will break you. That's the bottom line. If you break God's law, they will break you. Yeah. And, 1 John 3 verse 4 says, sin is the breaking of God's law. The law is revelatory. The law tells you what sin is. It's sort of like a stop sign. A stop sign tells you you need to stop. Now, if you break that law, it may break you. Especially if you're in a busy intersection, cars are running by 65 miles an hour, you just run through that sign. Yeah, I mean, it's for your own good. That's the purpose of the law. For your own good. Now, I can just hear someone saying, I can hear a religious person right now, through the computer, I guess, saying, well, I don't believe it. I believe the law's been fulfilled. I believe the law's been done away with. I believe Jesus nailed that to His cross. Listen, even if you believe that, you will still suffer the consequences of breaking God's law. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what does that tell you? If there are still consequences for breaking God's law, and you have to suffer for that, what does that tell you? Well, it tells you that the law is still in effect. For example, you could say, well, I don't believe in the law of gravity. I believe the law of gravity has been nailed to the sky. And Jesus did away with it. The law of gravity. And that's what I believe. And what happens though if you jump off a 10-story building? You die. That's what happens. You broke the law of gravity. And the law of gravity, because you broke it, broke you. So regardless of what you believe, the consequences of breaking God's law is still in effect. You don't believe me? I mean, we'll just take, let's say, adultery. If you cheat on your wife enough times without repenting, you're going to break up your marriage. Your wife's going to divorce you. Your children are not going to have any respect for you whatsoever. You're going to catch some type of STD, some type of disease. And by breaking that law, the consequences is it will break you. And that tells you, uh-oh, the law must still be in effect today. It wasn't fulfilled, was it?
Is that really in the Bible? What you think is in the Bible is not.